Right, okay, we should be all up and running now in time for this EFL League 2 clash between Notts County and Gillingham. Well, obviously, the home side have had a very good season, obviously coming up via the playoffs last year in a very tight promotion scrap between themselves and Wrexham. Gillingham coming down from League One a couple of years ago haven't looked that good this season. Maybe today will be a chance for them to turn it around. Your lineups are on the screen. I'm not sure about these two sides really, so I'm assuming that the formations are that. But key players to look out for are obviously Macaulay Langstaff, top goal scorer in the National League last season, and seems to be picking up where he left off. David McGoldrick obviously played in the Premier League not too long ago with Sheffield United, and played for Derby County as recently as last season. Now finds himself at Notts County. On the Gillingham side of things, Ollie Hawkins obviously played for Portsmouth not too long ago and was a centre-back from Mansfield, now finds himself up front. Obviously, I know that he can play both of those positions and he's a very good target man. Not too sure about the rest of the sides, but I'm sure it will be a great game at, I think it's the Meadow, isn't it? Is it New Meadow? The Meadow? Oh, I've got no idea. So many meadows now. Crowd Meadow in Shrewsbury. Is there a meadow? There's got to be another meadow somewhere. There's hundreds of meadows. It seems like there's a couple of St James's parks. Um, Mine's gone blank here. Obviously, the only other game in the EFL going on tonight is Birmingham versus, I want to say Huddersfield. Is it Huddersfield? I've got no idea. I do have an idea, just not sure if that is the game. I'm looking for something, I can't find it though. Where is it? I'll find it in a minute. Not too sure where it is though. Where is it? Where is that thing? This little stand I've got for my phone. Oh, there it is. Right, panic mode. Found that pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, like I say, 5 minutes now till. Oh God, my throat. 5 minutes now till kick-off. Notts County versus Gillingham. Trying to figure out what's going on here. iFollow's playing up a little bit, but as it always is, to be quite honest with you, I don't think I've ever watched a game on iFollow and had a good viewing experience. Like, honestly, if they want to get people to like stop moaning about the 3 p.m. blackout, because you can, there are ways to work around iFollow being blacked out on a Saturday afternoon. Just got to change your location to anywhere else in the world, and it is available there. But obviously in England, the 3 p.m. blackout means you can't. But seriously, if I'd rather every game just be on Sky at this rate, because it's £10 per game, which is fine. I'm willing to pay it for my team, and but if just make it a decent viewing experience. Like, it is shocking how poor it is. And also, I don't get why this game is on a Friday night unless there's something going on in Nottingham. But then, not really too sure as to why these games are going on. Because you'd have thought they'd be playing them on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, because for me that's when football should always be on. Saturday 3 o'clock Like I said, I'm not a big fan of watching games on the telly, but I will do if it's the only option. So yeah, 5 minutes now till kick-off, not too long. And yeah, hopefully we can get a good game on our hands here. Why is my Wi-Fi not working properly? There we go, we'll do that. Yeah. Well, there can't be a network error because right. We will get this to work at some point. Da 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 da. Yeah, 4 minutes now till the kick-off here at the Meadow. I'm still not sure if it's called the Meadow. I know it's something Meadow, and it's not Crowd Meadow. I don't think it's New Meadow. I think it is just the Meadow. Doing my head in now. Doing my head in properly. Come on, the football. It's a bit of a shame, really. Why is this game? Why is iFollow playing up? iFollow is the world's worst way to watch football, I can assure you. Don't know if they do it as a deterrent to stop people not going to matches, but honestly, it's the world's worst way to watch football. And like I said, there is no close second. This is where I find out that Notts County don't even have iFollow or something like that. I'm going to have a little double check, but yeah. Don't even know anything like it. Notts County. Because yeah, this is absolutely terrible. Yeah, it is live on iFollow, but it's live, but it's not on there. I can assure you it's not working. And I think my Wi-Fi's fine. Everything else seems to be working perfectly okay on it. It's just going to do my head in a minute. I'll just put on Sky Sports or something. I'm refreshing the page again. But yeah, it's just winding me up now. Come on. Up the football. Who do I go with tonight as my team that I'm gonna be rooting for, as they say? It might have to be, well, Gillingham. Gillingham's the only one I've got any sort of. Well, I don't know. Ollie Hawkins, I just like Ollie Hawkins because he's the best ever. Best there ever was, the best there ever will be. You know, I think that's pretty safe to say about Ollie Hawkins. Anyone else who disagrees, well, each their own, but at the end of the day, there's only one Ollie Hawkins. Oh my Christ, this is just doing my head in now. Right, so it should have kicked off by now. We're gonna go as if it has kicked off, because we'll start the timer and we'll go as if it has kicked off already. But yeah, I've no idea what's going on at the minute, because I can't get it to load. At this rate, we might end up watching Birmingham. We probably will end up watching Birmingham, because there's only so much I can cope with this. Yeah, this is really not good. If the Birmingham games is on and it's working, I'd rather just watch Birmingham versus Sheffield Wednesday. Is that at 8 o'clock? If it's on at 8 o'clock, I've got 15 minutes to sort something out. It is on at 8 o'clock. Right. Okay. The decision has been made to sack this off and go with we'll go with Birmingham instead. Yeah, like I say, the Gillingham match is currently not playing ball the iFollow. It's been really, really annoying. And yeah, this is why iFollow is terrible. And like I say, they need to have a look at this, because people can't they do this whole thing about the blackout and all that stuff, which is fine, I get that, but when it comes to like a Friday night game, which again, someone inform me on why this game is being played on Friday night, because it's shocking really to have this on a Friday. Game should only be, but like I say, if there's a legitimate reason and it's not just it's been played on a Friday, then I'll take that reason, because like I say, other than that, this game should always be played on a Saturday. But Notts County, do they have something going on today? Does Notts County have something going on? Notts County, Nottingham. What is happening in Nottingham? Yeah, because like I say, this is really irritating, and yeah, we might have to just do a quick reset and go again from there. Right, hang on a minute. This won't take too long, hopefully. Right. What do I do here then? Right. This part should be pretty easy. Sheffield Wednesday at home. So Sheffield Wednesday at home. No. Yeah. Yeah, we're just Sheffield Wednesday. This is stressful. Yeah. say. Thank God technology exists. I should do a little. We'll be back soon. I don't have a champ. Says, honestly, the world's most stressful thing ever. Not ever, but one of them. Oh my god, just do the right limit. Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. Finally. Whew. Panic over. Right, scripts. Stop, reset. And with 0 minutes to spare, oh my Christ, this has been awful start. Right, hang on a minute. Right, we are about to walk out of the tunnel. I have not even been able to run through the teams or anything because we were going to be doing Notts County versus Gillingham, but we had a slight technical issue and we are back though. But we are back. Right. Okay. Well, there are some pre-match protests in the stands with some banners saying that they want Chancery out, and I don't blame them if I'm being honest. They've had a really poor start to this season in the Championship. Who's playing for them? Right, we are going with Beadle in goal. I had Dijon Bernard, who used to play for Portsmouth. Very good defender and probably was Championship level when he played for us. So let alone, I don't know how good he's going to be now a couple of years on. Valentin, Famiwo, Johnson. Apparently they're playing a 4-4-2, which is very brave in this day and age. Although Barry Bannon would strike me as a number 10. Not too sure on that one, but looks like a very solid side for the home side. Now on for the visitors. Etheridge in goal. Buchanan, I've heard of him. Bacuna. James Dembele. Is that what's his name? No, it's not that Dembele, is it? I don't know. There's so many Dembeles in football. Hogan, Sunjic. Roberts brothers on the bench. Obviously, Jay Stansfield on the bench. Hulk Hogan up front. not Hulk Hogan, but it is Hogan. Tony Mowbray is the man in charge there now, as we are about to kick off and get things underway here at Hillsborough. Oh, is it? Oh, no. No, it isn't his first game in charge. He just hasn't won yet. Wait, hang on a minute. Is this... Oh, wait, no. So this is Roll, who's in charge of Sheffield Wednesday, and he's doing a decent job, apparently. I guarantee you, I'll flick over. Obviously, under Mowbray, Birmingham looked a lot better than when they were under the guidance of Wayne Rooney, scoring more goals, conceding less goals, and getting more points, which at the end of the day is what football is all about. So if they can consistently do that, they will be on to a winner, scoring exactly the same amount of goals as they've conceded per game. So they've got to be on to something, haven't they? Obviously, the Sheffield Wednesday players are in a huddle talking about football, hopefully. If they aren't, that would be slightly concerning. One of their players just seems so disinterested. Barry Bannon, the only one who's actually doing any of the talking. As we are moments away from kickoff now. A half-empty Hillsborough. I don't know if that's in protest or they just don't sell their seats. I'm not sure at all. But yeah, it could do with filling up. A lot of yellow yellow signs in the ground, and they haven't. A lot of yellow signs in the crowd suggesting they do want their owners out, which would make sense really after what's been going on there. Go on then. Sheffield Wednesday with an early chance, but it is being cut out. Forgive me on some of the names, not too familiar on every player for both sides, although it's an early free kick for Birmingham as we are about 20 seconds into this one. Yeah, tough times at Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not really too sure what's happening there when it comes to the ownership situation. I know they're charging ridiculous amounts for ticket pricing, but they all seemed pretty content last year when they were getting promoted. I don't know if I'm not throwing anything out there, but it does seem that when the hard times have come, the fans have sort of turned on the owner, which, like I say, just suggesting. But yeah, no, their ticket pricing is outrageous and probably does explain why there are so many empty seats. You know, Sheffield Wednesday were a team in League One that had one of the better attendances, and it's a bit of a disappointment to not see them filling their stadium up. Yeah, this free kick has taken about 40 seconds to be taken, by the way. It's ridiculous. Just get it done. Even the whole ground's half empty. It's really, really poor. Not good to see. I mean, understandably, it's on a Friday night, which is never good. I mean, I don't think anyone enjoys playing football on a Friday night or a Monday night. I can talk from even when we played at home to against Bolton, it wasn't a pleasant time for kick-off, and I felt for all them travelling Bolton fans, and I think the same goes really for these Birmingham fans that have had to travel up to Sheffield. It's not going to be an easy one to do. I think the ball has gone back down to into Sheffield Wednesday's half, and they are being pressed pretty early on. It's clear to see how Birmingham want to play. Sheffield Wednesday in desperate need of 3 points here. Is there any way I can get the league table up here? But I'm pretty sure they would be still in that relegation zone. And yeah, could be heading back down to League One after spending a couple of years down there, and also having an amazing playoff run last campaign, which was very entertaining to see from a neutral's perspective. Birmingham just coming into Sheffield Wednesday's half now, but nothing comes of it. Been a bit of a slow start to this one. Just another foul there, pointless really. Got my eye on Dijon Bernard, Sheffield Wednesday centre back. Good player. Didn't get enough game time really, in my opinion, when he was down at Portsmouth. But you could see he had something about him, and it's good to see him playing in the Championship. Albeit for now, play the ball. 2 of them on there, on Dembele. I don't know which one it is. There's about 500 of them in football, it feels like. But yeah, Barry Bannon's 9th yellow card of the season. It's almost won every other game. That is ridiculous. Here we go. Birmingham on the right hand side now. They're number 2. Got a couple of step overs in him. Goes down to the byline, whips it back, but not a fantastic cross in. But he wins himself a corner, which isn't too bad. Surely I'll take that. 4 minutes into this encounter, and nothing's really happened so far. This could be a chance, though, for Birmingham to well, at least have a shot, maybe, if not a chance to make the keeper work early doors. You know, you never know when you could catch the keeper out. Waiting for the ball to be swung in now. Number 16's taking it. I'm not sure quite who it is. Johnson for Birmingham. Swings it in. Not Birmingham. He's Sheffield Wednesday. The ball comes in near post. And I don't really know what's happening there. Sort of a goal-mouth scramble. But it has found its way just on the outside of the right-hand post. A pretty poor delivery in. Just ends up bouncing around the box. And I can't see who it is. But someone on the floor just can't quite get the shot on target. Something with a 6 at the end. I'll see if I can see. Number 26, Long, couldn't quite spin and get the ball and get the shot on target. However, Birmingham pressing Sheffield Wednesday high again and win it in Sheffield Wednesday's half, but they are sloppy in possession and are made to pay. Sheffield Wednesday are going to come forward with it now. But yeah, Birmingham's backline looking to calm things down here. I'm enjoying this Birmingham style of play, though. You know, the high press. Sheffield Wednesday seems to have struggled with it, but Barry Bannon wins it back now inside Birmingham half. And Sheffield Wednesday have a chance here. Oh, a deflection nearly took it over the keeper's head, but Birmingham survived there. I don't really know what that was from Barry Bannon. I couldn't tell if it was a shot or a cross. It ended up just being a bit rubbish. Ended up taking a deflection, which nearly put it over the goalkeeper's head. But Birmingham now come forward with it. Chance near to the box. He should really be doing better from there. Bakuna on the edge of the box should at least be hitting the target. He'd be disappointed with that one. The ball gone down that left-hand side into Dembele, who's cut it back. And on the edge, he's just really poor. Just inside the 18-yard box, blazes it over the bar. And like I say, he'll be disappointed with that one. To at least not make the goalkeeper work. Signs of, well, a bit of early game. Not nerves, but just growing into the game still. Sheffield Wednesday don't have it. I think they have a throw-in on that left-hand side. They do on that far side. And they're going to look to try and throw it in here. Gloves, not a fan. Unless you're the goalkeeper, I don't see the point. You don't need gloves. Ball's gone forward. Oh, hello. It's just a bit... Just someone needs to get their foothold in this game. Cause it just seems to be a bit of ping-pong at the minute. Has that gone out? It has gone out. Down that same far side, the Sheffield Wednesday player was trying to beat his man and ends up running out of play. Like I say, 7 minutes in, it's been a very scrappy opening exchange. Birmingham looking the more likely side to score early on. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like the game's got into its flow yet. But you'd expect that from two teams that you could quite confidently say are struggling down the bottom of the league. You weren't expecting an occasion with fantastic football. It's going to be one of them games where maybe a goal will be enough to win it. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's going to be a couple of goals and some entertaining football. But, you know what I mean? It's just got an air of nerves about it. Both sides realising that it's a fantastic opportunity for them to get 3 points, 3 needed points on the board. Yeah, but I mean, both sides have looked a lot better under new management. Hello, Birmingham are through it. Oh, goalkeeper does well and just clears his lines. Like I say, taking no risks there, but I don't think he had any other option on. If we have a look at this again here. Ball's been played forward. It's slightly overhit by Bakuna. I'm not sure if he was offside. Linesman flag stayed down. And it would have gone up because he did interfere with play because the goalkeeper did clear it out off the back of that. Hello. Birmingham have it again, though, obviously, from that throw-in. They're attacking again. They look the better side, and that was just an absolute waste there. Bakuna's not looked good in these first 8 minutes. He's played an overhit pass that if that goes, if it's a good pass, they could be throwing goal and having a chance going 1-0. Missed a chance when he was unmarked. He could have taken a touch earlier on when he had that ball just inside the 18-yard box. And then from there, that cross, I don't even know what it was. He's sort of taken it wide, gone too wide, got off balance, then gone to try and whip it in. But he's just almost fallen over and it's gone into the stands. It was really a poor effort from him. What's the goalkeeper doing here? Right, he's just wasting time already, and it's 8 minutes in. That far stand, by the way, I know I've mentioned this before, but it's really empty. Like, okay, I'm not expecting, a relegation, well, a team that's looking like getting relegated. I'm not expecting, completely full capacity on a Friday night, but Sheffield Wednesday are a big club. I'd have thought they'd be doing a lot better than this. But anyway, on to the football again. Yeah, as like I say, the match stats have just come up. Birmingham have had 2 shots there already, none on target. Neither keeper has had to work yet. Be something that the strikers would be interested in doing early on. See if they can catch the goalkeeper on their heels. Well, that's apparently Sheffield Wednesday won it inside their Birmingham's half there. I thought it was a definite foul, but the player's been allowed to carry on. And Sheffield Wednesday coming down his left side. Decent ball in. Can the keeper get it? Just about does. He spills it for a second, but no one was on rushing, and he manages to claim it and just settle things down. That'll be good for him and his confidence going into this game. Ben Foster, I was watching a Ben Foster podcast. He said that goalkeepers do like to warm themselves into a game with quite an easy catch or a shot straight at them. So he'll be thankful for that. Like I say, Birmingham, they've looked the better side so far, and they've had chances to potentially take the lead, but they'll be regretting missing a couple of them. Oh, that is shocking. Not even looking at where he's passing the ball there. The Birmingham holding midfielder and captain looks to try and play the ball out wide, but he just doesn't want any no-look passes, and he's got it completely wrong, and he's ended up finding the byline, and Sheffield Wednesday will have a throw-in inside Birmingham territory. Johnson taking ages to throw the ball in because no one is making a run. Someone make a run for him. So he's ended up throwing it, and that should be a Birmingham throw, but it's been given a Sheffield Wednesday throw. They've got away with one there after a poor... what is going on in this game of football? Someone needs to settle it down. I'm trying to... hang on a minute. Right, so now Birmingham have a throw. This is all getting out of hand. Someone needs to just relax a little bit, and the referee has slowed the game down by telling one of the players that they've taken a throw from about 10 yards in front of where the ball went out of play, which is a fair comment. But the number 2 for Birmingham is going to throw it inside Sheffield Wednesday territory now. Tony Mowbray, it's his 6th game in charge apparently. He's done a lot better since coming in compared to Wayne Rooney. And you can definitely tell a change in the style of play. They're a lot more high pressing than when they were under Wayne Rooney, and a lot more controlled in terms of they look more in control of games, is what I meant to say there. And you can definitely tell that by their improvement in their points tally. However, a game against Sheffield Wednesday, it's a tough place to go, Hillsborough, especially when it's full. I mean, I'm not sure how much the crowd can get involved when there's only half of them there. Oh my crikey! Just put 5 passes together. Birmingham have played their way into trouble when it's gone back to the goalkeeper, and he's been forced to clear it long. But no one is seeming to be able to get a foothold into this game. Barry Banham plays it, and it's just, again, a sloppy pass, and Birmingham are through here. Dembele, can he get on the end of it? Deshaun Bernard with a fantastic change. It gets up, wins it. He just needs to clear his lines here. Is he fouled? The referee says no, and Birmingham get the ball back inside, virtually on the edge of the box. Dembele backed into a corner here. Can he try and win the corner? No, he's put it through the defender's legs. Done really well here. Keeper forced into action, and Bernard gets it cleared only as far as the edge of the box though, and Birmingham are coming back through again. That's a handball. Referee says no, should have been, and it's going to go out for a Sheffield Wednesday throw-in. Very hectic there, 30 seconds. I mean, yeah, a lot was happening. I wasn't too sure which direction it was going to go, that throw-in, but a lovely bit of work from Dembele on the left-hand side. Manages to beat 2 players on the byline. I mean, the defenders really should be doing better. There's 2 of them, and he's got no room to go, and he managed to get past both of them and put a ball into the box. It was quite a dangerous one. Keeper probably had more time than he thought there. He's kind of just flicked it out into the danger zone. He could have probably left that one, but they've got away with it, and it stays 0-0. Although it's 0-0 and no shots on target, it's been a very action-packed first 15 minutes, where Birmingham probably looked the better of the sides, but who really knows what's going to happen in this game as the ball goes back to the Birmingham City goalkeeper, and they look to play out again here. This will be a huge win for either side. who both need the 3 points. Birmingham play out their lovely little switch over to the number 2, who's driving forward now. He's got options either side and goes out wide to Bakuna, who swings it in, and there's no one on the end of it again. One of these. Oh, hello. Number 5's done fantastic. Gets a shot away. Keeper forced into action. Makes a save. The ball bouncing around again. And Sheffield Wednesday clear their lines just about. Oh, hello. And could the break be on here for Sheffield Wednesday? They got numbers forward. But number 34 is going. He's pressing again. This has been a fantastic game of football so far. Barry Bannon now just trying to get the ball under control here after an onslaught of Birmingham attacks, really, that nearly ended in a goal there. The goalkeeper being forced into action with the first shot on target of the game. And, well, yeah, lovely. That wasn't a well-worked move from Birmingham, but really hard fought. I think that's how this game's going to be. Whichever team wants it more type of game. Anyway, Sheffield Wednesday coming forward with it now. After just being on the back foot, they have a chance to score themselves here. Ball comes across, and it's a goal! Sheffield Wednesday, after being on the back foot for 15 minutes, find a way through. And you've got to say it's their first real chance of the half. And they've made it count. A ball going down to the byline, cut back, and a very simple finish for number 12, Ugbo. And I can't lie, I didn't see that one coming. It's 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, and it's a huge goal for them. That's absolutely crucial, and Tony Mowbray looks disappointed in that one. A very nicely worked move there, coming down that right-hand side. Ball goes down, drives, takes on his man. You could maybe suggest that number 16 should do better there, but there's nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. And Ugbo, he's got quite lucky there. He's managed to force it through 3 bodies there and find the back of the net. And yeah, well, it's a massive goal for Sheffield Wednesday in their bid to survive in this league. And Sheffield Wednesday lead 1-0 here at Hillsborough. Well, like I say, 15 minutes in, it's been very action-packed. Been entertaining to say the least. And yeah, hello Madfoot Daily. That's a class game, by the way. Remember when it was the old the pacey bits? That's when it was in its prime, by the way. Like when you just spend all day opening like them 7.5k packs. Well, I didn't, because I didn't realize you could get the better ones. I remember doing it on the way up to Colchester away. Bakuna now, completely unrelated. Birmingham trying to fight back here. And Sheffield Wednesday get it clear and go down the line. I mean, well, he's giving chase, to be fair to the lad. And yeah. Oh, I need to have a moment to breathe there. Like I say, it's been 15 minutes that have been unbelievable in terms of, it does, it's not, like I say, not been the most amazing game of football in terms of footballing ability, but in terms of just action going on and both teams really going for it, it's been fantastic. I just hope that they can keep this level of intensity going up here. And Birmingham have a chance here. Cut back again. Shoots. Oh, he should really be doing better from there. And it's taken a deflection on the way through, to be fair to him. And it's a corner for Birmingham. Almost a carbon copy of Sheffield Wednesday's goal. Going down their right-hand side this time. Number 2 gets down there in load of space. Tries to force it through. And I don't know how the referee has come to the conclusion of a corner. But James will take it, considering his shot was so poor. And this ball needs to be really good here. A chance for Birmingham to create a chance, or even better than that, create a goal here. Ball gets swung in by number 16 again. Is it Mitchell? Is that his name? Dosrell. I don't know. Whatever his name. Number 16, he's their corner taker. And the ball's gone back to the Birmingham City goalkeeper now. So it's end-to-end stuff. It does, like I say, it does scream of a relegation 6-pointer. And you wouldn't have put Birmingham necessarily in that bracket earlier on in the season. But another gamble that's failed to pay off from this club. And they find themselves back down there again after a fantastic start to the season, where they were tipped to be one of the teams who were either going to be up there for promotion or definitely the playoffs. Like I say, it was a weird sacking at that time. I don't think many other clubs in the league would have done that. Even Leicester, I don't think, would have sacked their manager after being in 6th that early on, let alone Birmingham, who haven't been in the playoffs for years. Anyway, number 9 now has it for Birmingham. Number 19 inside the box now. Can he create a chance here? Ball cuts back. He's taken down. Referee says no penalty. I'd have to see that one again. Initially, I didn't think it was a penalty. To be fair, I think the referee's got it on spot on. But we'll have a look again here. Ball falls through. A lovely bit of footwork there. Bernard, does he win the ball? That's the key thing here. Does he win the ball? Yeah, he does win the ball. It's a fantastic tackle in a dire situation. And digs his team out there. Just as Birmingham were looking to be creating a fantastic chance here. Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday coming back at them now. But Birmingham survive. Is the referee going to give the foul? No, this referee does like to let the game flow, which I'm a big fan of. And 20 minutes in here, there's only been like 2 fouls or something. One of them was just a clear and obvious foul from Barry Bannon that was definitely worth a yellow card. But the other one was also, a foul that I'd be like, yeah, that's definitely a foul. But the rest of the time, he's been very reluctant to pull the game back, which is good to see. You don't see much of that in the modern game anymore. Birmingham coming forwards again now. It's been a game of long balls at the minute, and that was a really poor touch that relieves all pressure on Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, like I say, opening 20 minutes, it's been end-to-end stuff of long balls and good feet, to be fair to him. It's been individual brilliance as opposed to a really good team performance from either side here. And I was saying that Birmingham were getting the better of the opening exchanges, but said that just as Sheffield Wednesday went on to score. And a Sheffield Wednesday player looks to have gone down with a knock. Referee again not interested. He's given a foul the other way, in fact. And now, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. The player's gone down. I think it was Bakuna went down. Yeah, it was. I mean, was it a foul? That, to me, looks like a foul, to be honest. Bakuna on the man who's gone down now. He then wins the ball, goes on, gets fouled, and then dives on the ball and handballs it. Now, I think that's just a handball, to be honest. But the referee has let the play go on. He's given a foul to the Birmingham man, and they look to get play underway again. And it's 21 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Now, we can't be grabbing players. And again, that relieves all pressure on Sheffield Wednesday. So just as I was saying that the referee doesn't enjoy giving fouls, he's given 2 in the matter of about 20 seconds. To be fair to him, both were fouls, and he probably could have had the chance to give Sheffield Wednesday a foul about 2 seconds before he gave the Birmingham one. So, I'm still confident in him trying to let the game flow as much as possible, especially at the minute when it's played in such a high tempo. High press there from Birmingham. Surprised he didn't give a foul for that, a little push in the back there. Very easy to give, and you see a lot of referees giving them because, like I say, they are so easy to give. But, Birmingham have that ball on that right-hand side now. A Birmingham player, who's it? Arabo? I should probably learn this bloke's name. It's Laird. I can't tell who's gone down. Is it Laird? Looks like Laird. He's been very much involved in the game so far. So if they were to lose him at this early point in the game, that would be very disappointing for them. It was Laird who went down. So just beware, he is carrying a knock. But he's been fantastic for Birmingham over the first 22 minutes of a game that's been very entertaining, to say the least. A loose touch there from the Birmingham centre-back. Could have put his team under pressure there, but they just about survive. Now the ball going forward down that left-hand side here. Good touch. Can he get the cross in? Dembele now on that left-hand side, being held up by the number 14. Lovely bit of interplay. Yes, hello Glimpse, HC. I can't make a comment. It's not like that. Don't worry. The ball being worked around the box now. Laird has it into the number 7. That's Bakuna. So lovely bit. Considering I was saying how scrappy the game was, Birmingham seems to be getting their foot on the ball a little bit more now. Despite being 1-0 down, perhaps they have just settled into the game a little bit more now. As Laird tries to swing a ball in, but does not quite manage to get it across. And who do I support? I'm a Portsmouth fan. So this game, as a neutral's perspective, it's been a fantastic game so far. Out of these two teams, I'd probably rather, you know what I mean? I'm leaning towards Birmingham in terms of, obviously Sheffield Wednesday battered us 4-1 a couple of years ago, so I still hold that against them. and they beat us 1-0 last season, so hold that against them as well. But no, I am a Portsmouth fan, and we've got Carlisle tomorrow. It's a massive game for us, especially as we've had all them injuries. But Birmingham now have the ball on the edge of the box. 16 shoots! So you support Hull. They are, like I say, they're a decent club, big club, not in the Premier League not too long ago. Yeah, got a lot of time for Hull. I think they're doing alright this season. Let me know how you're doing. I'm pretty sure you're doing alright though. So you're not in trouble or anything. But yeah, not like these two sides. Like I say, they're battling things out at the bottom of the league, and which is why this game is such a big game in terms of the Championship as a whole. No pun intended. Oh dear. Anyway, it's a Birmingham free kick. I think I hope Pompey win the league for obvious reasons, but I just don't know this season. I think we've had too many injuries to key players. We've lost both our ball-playing centre-backs. We lost Regan Paul early on in the cup against Chesterfield, and we lost Tom McIntyre till the end of the season last time out. 6th. Well, that's very good. I didn't realise you were that high up, to be fair. That's really impressive from because I don't remember how you were doing last season, but I don't think you were doing this well. But it'd be nice to see Hull back in the Premier League. You got a nice stadium and decent following. So yeah, it'd be nice to see Hull back in the Premier League. And obviously, I think whereabouts are Coventry, because they've been really good this season, and I reckon that it'd be between them, perhaps Leeds, and as regrettably I'd say Ipswich will fall out of the top 2. I think that Southampton may just sneak into it, and I'm going to go with Leicester 1 and Southampton 2. As much as I'd love to see Ipswich hold on to that second place, it's just not looking good at the minute. Yeah, I remember you weren't that good last season, so being 6th is a massive turnaround. But you see that a lot in the Championship, sides that they just come from nothing. I mean, was it Huddersfield who tend to be either at the top of the league or fighting relegation? You know, they were third. Was it third last season? Now they're back down there again. But yeah, I think that's why the Championship is so good. Coventry are 7th, yeah. But they've been really good at the minute, Coventry, to be fair. So they've been on a good little run, and they've had that playoff experience last time, that playoff heartbreak. But yeah, I'd be wary of them. Because they even, I remember watching them the other day against Leicester, and they looked really impressive. After they went 1-0 down, they came back and managed to win that game pretty comfortably in the end. But yeah, like I said, I think the Championship could go down to like the last 3 days of the season in terms of the playoff, and it always does, to be fair. Yeah, that's what I mean with Huddersfield. They're fighting relegation, and it's so random with them. Like I say, third a couple of seasons ago. I remember Barnsley did it as well. They were in the playoffs, and in the year after they went back down to League One, and it's like not a lot really changed in between that time, and suddenly they've gone from fighting for promotion now to having to go back down and play in League One again, and they haven't managed to get back up since. So you can, like I say, the Championship does a lot to fans, and like I say, I prefer it to the Premier League, to be honest with you. I tend to watch it more. Obviously, on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, there's only one team that I will be watching. Fabio Carvalho. Now, I thought he was going to be really good at Liverpool, but massive pickup for you. Yeah, he's a really, really good player, and obviously with that kind of talent in your squad, you're always going to do all right. And like I say, it's just keeping that consistency till now and the end of the season. I say being 6th going into the playoffs, it means literally nothing in the Championship, because anyone can beat anyone on their day, and we've seen it already a couple of times this season. So as long as you're in there, you've got a chance. And I mean, we saw it with Luton last time out. They weren't anywhere. Were they third? I don't think they were third. I think, was it Middlesbrough who were third last time out? I don't think it was Luton who were third though. But yeah, we've seen it a number of times with teams that have finished third and don't get promoted. So I mean, as long as you're in the playoffs, it doesn't matter. No, I haven't seen much of Hull's games, to be fair. I will admit to that. I will definitely keep more of an eye out for them now, though. I mean, I'm going to take your word for it. If he's the best winger in the league, I mean, best winger in the league, I mean, you've got to look at some of Leicester's players and think, well, they're decent. I mean, Leicester are, I think, their team this season, I'm Oh, okay, fair enough then. Yeah, Luton did come third, so yeah, maybe they did deserve to go up then. That was an incredible final as well. But yeah, no, I mean, like I say, I think Leicester's team this year is probably better than the team they went down with last time out. Hello, though. Sheffield Wednesday are coming forward with the ball. Leicester away somehow. Decent result, Leicester away, winning. Don't see many teams doing it this year. Beating Leicester away, especially with the team they've got. I think they are better this year. Last year, obviously Connor Cody, I don't know why he's gone down to the Championship. He must be on a decent bit of money. But losing James Maddison wasn't a massive loss for them in terms of what he provided for them last season. I think he's done a lot more for Spurs this year than he did for Leicester last season. Harvey, I can't think of his name now. Harvey Barnes. He was good for them, and to be fair, he probably would have been one of the better wingers in the league this year. But I think for the money they got for him, it definitely was worth doing that. Birmingham now coming on the edge of the box, shoots. Easy claim for the keeper. After a very action-packed first 25 minutes, not a lot has happened since. Like I say, yeah, with Southampton, it's a tricky one for me because my Pompey head would say they're going to finish fourth for losing the playoffs, but so you can't deny they've been on a really good run of form recently, and they'll probably end up finishing second, especially with the way Ipswich have been playing at the minute. I mean, aside from the Maidstone result, because that's just a complete anomaly, they've not looked very good at all. And then especially after the start they had this season, they set themselves up really nicely and haven't really backed it up at all. They've sort of, I don't really know what they did in January, but it didn't seem like they did much. And yeah, it's definitely been their downfall because they started over that Christmas period, similar to us in a way, they started to drop off a little bit. And unlike us, I don't think they bought very well. And it is clear to see with their continued lack of form. And I think Leeds and Southampton will be hot on their tails very, very soon. So yeah, I can't see Southampton not getting promoted now. After the start they had, I was fairly confident they weren't going to, but they've sort of picked things up recently, and so it's disappointing because I would want a South Coast derby potentially next season. That's not saying we're definitely going to get promoted, but there's a fairly decent chance we will. Touch wood, but especially with what we do is we collapse. Still have Leicester away, Ipswich away, and Leeds away. Well, yeah, I think they'll win. Yeah, Ellen Road, like I say, Ellen Road's a really difficult place to go for a lot of teams, especially in Championship. I would say it's one of the biggest grounds in the league, and Leeds fans will follow them everywhere. But I just think they might not win at Leicester and Leeds, but they'll probably end up winning at Portman Road. Again, I just don't think Ipswich have got what it takes to stay in that automatic promotion spot. They've got West Brom at midday tomorrow, which will be a huge game for them. I think when you're in the playoffs, though, you can afford to lose a couple of games. Obviously, from your point of view, you'd probably rather have a team that have lost at home this season in the playoffs as opposed to a team like Leeds who are just at home. You know that they're going to produce a performance. You'd rather have Southampton, whose fans of Tim Pot won't make any noise, and it will just feel like playing in front of a COVID crowd. But like I said, Leeds away, when they're all there and they're back in the team, it's a very hard place. And in the playoffs, they'll all be back in their team. So I think from most playoff teams' point of view, you'd rather have Leeds in the automatic promotion spot just done and dealt with. I think I've done a predictions video on it all. I can't remember what I did with. I probably predicted you lot to win because Swansea have been really poor recently. I would have noticed the fact that you've gone on a decent little run. Swansea at home, like I say, any game at home is always going to be easier for you. Swansea, like I say, haven't been that good this season. and I think you'll probably end up winning that game 2-0, maybe 2-1. The thing is with the Championship, it's so hard to predict because literally anyone can beat anyone on their day, and that, like I said, that's what makes it so good. But even this game today, Christ, I've just swallowed, like, I don't know. Anyway, even this game here, Sheffield Wednesday versus Birmingham, I probably would have gone with Birmingham 4-0 Hull. That is very confident. I like the confidence, but I don't expect many teams to get blown out tomorrow. Maybe whether Leicester are playing. I think they're playing. Leicester are playing someone pretty poor, I think. Are they playing Rotherham, Leicester? Someone like that. Leicester will probably blow them away. Hull 4-0 though. I mean, it could happen. Like I say, it's a Championship. Anything can happen. I don't know. Sheffield Wednesday win with a chance here. Ball snapped across the box. Oh, that's unfortunate. Put a 1-1 draw. Yeah. Sorry about that. I always do like to have a little bit of a spicy one in the mix, just to throw it. Like I say, I find it so difficult to predict the Championship because like I say, I was so confident with Coventry losing against Leicester the other day. I think I might have even gone as far as saying 2-0 to Leicester, and they go and win 3-1, and I just think, yeah, just impossible to predict. Like with this game here, I probably would have gone with Sheffield Wednesday to lose this one against Birmingham, and it's nearly half time, and they're 1-0 up and not really looking threatened. Oh, cheers, mate! I appreciate it. So I'm gonna start doing like roundups of every match week, just so like I say, it's better than doing like the FIFA stuff because I think FIFA's getting boring now. And rounding up the match weeks being more interesting and looking at gives me more information on the games as well because obviously I can only watch one game every weekend, and I can, like I say, when I'm at home I can have a little bit more of a look. Obviously I'm going to be at home tomorrow, but I'll go to every home game. I'll try and do a couple of away games every year, but I find it so much harder to realise what's going on in every league. But yeah, I'll definitely try and. That's why I'm going to do that, so I get more of an understanding on what's going on in the league every weekend. Birmingham now have the ball. Yeah, because I think the thing with roundups is I'm mainly doing it so I know what's going on, whereas a lot of people are just interested in what gets the most clicks and stuff like that, and predictions do better. It's just a fact. But like I say, I want to do it so that so everyone else I'll be able to watch it, but also so I can make better predictions, like more educated ones, and actually have an understanding of what's going on. Because looking at a form guide is all well and good, but you can be looking at a form guide and they've played Leeds, Leicester, and Ipswich all in the same month. Oh God, I'm feeling so ill at the minute. I might have to get a water at half time. But yeah, no, because I'm doing a lot of these predictions almost blind, and you don't know exactly what's going on in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get myself a water at half time though. Birmingham now have the ball on that left hand side. So been hello, ball's come in. Nah, it's been headed away. How do you think Hull did in the transfer market though? Because a lot of teams will be happy with what they've done in the January, but like I say, I mean I was very happy with what we did. Obviously it was unfortunate with our centre back getting injured, but yeah, let me know how you think Hull did in the window. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday get their lines cleared. And yeah, Birmingham have a throw in on that left hand side. Decent little bit of interplay there. Oh. I mean, like you say, and that's always good to see because you see a lot of clubs, like I say, Ipswich probably include themselves in this, that have a really good start to the season, but then don't back it up in January. Oh, I'm gonna have to get myself. I'll be 2 minutes. I need to get myself a water because my throat is about to die. Oh, God. Hang on a minute. Right. So we've had a slight issue there in terms of... Okay, right. I'm back now. Ignore the timer. We had a little bit of a mare with that. We got 5 minutes left of this half. Oh, God, my throat is still bad. Right, we're back. Oh, crikey. Can't shut up on these things. Swansea at home tomorrow, Rotherham away, and then Huddersfield away on... Christ. A lot of miles going on in that. Managed to get myself a ticket to the EFL Cup final in half-term on the 25th. I know, it's a fantastic start for Wednesday. 17 seconds in there, 1-0 up. I'll reset at half-time and get it sorted. It could be 2-0 up here inside 2 minutes. Oh. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I took like a pre-stream thing, narrowly wide. Oh my God. Whenever I do this thing, whenever I switch it off, it oh, Christ. Oh yeah, I forgot. See, I'm thinking it from a Portsmouth perspective, where everything's up north. So any away days, at least like a couple of hours. Even like Southampton's an hour on the train. I should have got a water early, to be honest, before my throat started to die. But oh well. We'll see it through. Yeah, no, Rotherham and Huddersfield for me would be like a very long away day. I mean, I remember even Reading was quite a long away day earlier on in the season. Fantastic day out, but yeah, good way away. What else did I do? Shrewsbury, that was 5 hours. Bristol, yeah, that's not actually not that bad for us. There's a direct train from Portsmouth to Cardiff, and on the way Bristol's there. Oh my God. Literally dying. So yeah, Bristol isn't... Oh, oh my God. I don't think this could go any worse. Yeah, no, I did Shrewsbury, which was quite far, 5 hours, I think. Derby was far. 5-0 loss. What's my worst away day? Wickham, probably, because it's surprisingly long. Despite not being that far up, the trains are really awkward. Oh my God. I don't talk this much normally. Hang on a minute. So despite not being that far away, it's still ages, and it was freezing cold. I didn't have a coat, and we got absolutely smashed. It was only 2-0, but we were so bad, and we haven't won for like 20 games. So that was my worst away day so far. Or Newport County, that was bad. We lost 3-2, which doesn't sound that bad. Yeah, hello. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday should have made it 2-0. Yeah, I mean, we've sold out Carlisle, I think. And we've sold out Blackpool, which I'm going to be going up to Blackpool, which will take ages. Having to stay overnight in Milton Keynes, so wish me luck. Probably the worst place you can get stuck at. That's also a terrible away day, MK Dons. Stadium's really nice, but it's so long to get there. In terms of the train... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The train station's miles away from the ground, so you got to get like a taxi and stuff. It's awful. And it's so soulless in there, so empty, that we could take like 5,000, but it's still like not even half full. But like, padded seats wise, it's brilliant. But not you ever sit down though, so from an away perspective, it isn't great unless it's half time and you're getting something to eat. Although you do get, because MK Dons is one of the shorter ones, you do get the you're in my seat brigade, so it's not so good. Fair, Cambridge was a bad one this season. Tuesday night 0-0 draw against bottom of the league. Well, virtually bottom of the league at the time. Oh god, I'm gonna have to I don't even know at the end of this. My voice is slowly coming back though, so that's quite a good thing. Yeah, nearly half time, even though it says 5 minutes. We are nearly at half time. You know, I must have seen Hull down at Fratton at some point. It would have been about 10 years ago when we were in League One, we were in the Championship, but I would have seen them at some point. I mean, I'm assuming that. Actually, no, because Premier League wouldn't have had any impact on that. That's just like I say, it's really good to see though. Like, I'm trying to think where Hull's in. There's not really many like. There's not like many staple Premier League clubs in there. I was gonna say a lot of people would come with higher ticket prices in the Premier League, but be interesting to see why that has happened. I mean, like I say, Hull's a good club, but there's not been a promotion. I guess the club has got better, but like you say, last year they weren't fantastic. That's what I mean. You weren't in the Prem, so be interested to see what's caused that. Let's get another water in it. Oh my god, I've gone through my water already. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, so be interested to see what has ticket prices gone up or down? Because even like, it's weird. Oh right, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, we had something quite similar not too long ago where we had terrible owners, and once the fans bought the club, the gate receipts skyrocketed again. But yeah, no, that was probably that makes sense. It's like you see at the Reading at the minute, they've got their terrible owners, but to be fair, they've had terrible fan base support for a while now. That ground is far too big for them. I don't know. That's where I've watched Hull at Reading. I've been to Reading a fair few times. I've watched Hull up there, not too long ago actually. But yeah, that's a ground. If you've ever been there, it's always half empty. I mean, I remember watching Burnley up there last season, and considering it was top of the league versus like bottom of the league, and Burnley were a really good side to watch, it wasn't full. It was fuller than normal, but it still wasn't full. Like I said, I went there with Pompey this year, and it was empty. Yeah, fair enough. I'd say Turkish fans, I mean, you take it. Oh my god, that was nearly a ridiculous goal. Just to watch you play Millwall as well. It's not like it's like a huge. I don't know if there's a rival. I mean, there's not a rivalry there, is there? But still, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'd say it's so empty, isn't it? And I get that they've got ownership issues, but I don't know when they started going off at their owner, because he's tried to put money into the club. It just backfired because he spent the money in the wrong places. It's not like it's not like he hasn't tried, and I'm not sure if their fans have ever been good. I'm assuming they had like sellouts in the Premier League and stuff, because every club does. But I'm not sure if they've ever had good support in the Championship. So decent ground to go to in terms of you can get a lot of your fans in there, especially for League One standard. But it's just, like I say, the fans are terrible in terms of numbers. Yeah, they've got a terrible owner at the minute, but it's a really weird situation at Reading. It's not that they've got no money, it's that they don't pay their tax bills or something like that. And now it's half time, so I can sort my timer out in a minute. But again, they got that terrible owner. Yeah, because the reason that Fulham's half empty in the Prem is because their ticket prices are outrageous. It's like £500 to sit in like one of their stands or something ridiculous, like for a game. It's outrageous pricing for Fulham, considering they're not even a good side in the Prem. You know what I mean? If you were not even a Man City could get away with the prices that they're charging. But it's because their stadium's small and they can't really expand it. They've got to charge these prices to keep up with gate receipts. But so I wouldn't be happy if I was a Fulham fan. But and it explains why their fans are like considered to be the poshest fans in football because they're the only ones who can afford to go there anymore because they just priced every normal fan out of going. Which, yeah, I think that's an issue in the Premier League altogether, though. That's why I'm more of a fan of the EFL. I'd rather us be in the Championship and in League One than in the Premier League because you can get tickets every game if you want to. You're there with proper fans, not just ones that are there to watch Premier League football. And yeah, I've been to a couple of Premier League games, and I always think fans aren't great. I mean, like I say, I've got family who are Brighton fans, and I've managed to get a ticket to Brighton versus Man City. That's a weird one with Blackburn as well, because you'd have thought that they'd have a decent fan base, considering they were quite good a few years ago. You'd have thought they'd have a decent fan base. I say the issue with MK Dons is that if they make noise, but they're so spread out. What they should do is they should just close off half the ground and just have everyone in that side. But what they do is they let everyone spread out so the noise isn't concentrated in one area. Their away support, like I said, a couple of years ago when they were fighting for promotion, their away support was really good. Yeah, it's not good, especially if it's a team not fighting relegation. Blackburn, like I say, they've been a big club historically. Shouldn't be having 45% of capacity full. QPR has had some real issues with their capacity this season. Even in the FA Cup against Bournemouth, which you'd have thought, a Premier League club coming for an FA Cup title, you'd at least get a bit more. Yeah. It's their back stand, isn't it? It's the one that's furthest away from the away fans is the one where a lot of their fans are at MK Dons, and they're the ones that make the noise. But everywhere else, they're all so spread out that you can't hear them. I mean, even one of the stands, they just got like ball boys sitting in there. But yeah, no, they shouldn't. The ground that they had built for them was so impractical, and especially for I guess they were hoping they're going to become a Premier League club, but it just hasn't gone that way, and they've ended up having a half-empty stadium because their attendances compared to the rest of the league isn't that bad. Like, it's all right. I'm not sitting there going, well, they've got terrible attendances for the league they're in. It's because their ground is so big, it makes it look like they've got terrible attendances. But if you look at them on an actual table, they aren't all the way. They're quite high up for League Two. But yeah, like I say, most teams wouldn't fill it anyway. I mean, obviously, I think we took 6,000 our highest year, and I think they would. But in League Two, there's no team in there that's going to bring more than a couple of thousand. Even Wrexham with their newfound fans that have come from nowhere wouldn't get more than 2,000 in there. So, because they've got two tiers, unless they shut because a lot of the time they put the away fans in the top tier. They should shut the top tier completely for the whole ground and just go with the bottom tier and have that whole back for away fans. So they only give that little corner to them. So I think that's what they should do in the future, is just let away fans sit in that bottom tier and have it going across the whole way as opposed to being the whole way around the ground. But that move was done really poorly, I think, with moving Wimbledon to MK Dons. But to be fair to them, they didn't have much choice in terms of if they didn't go there, they couldn't have gone anywhere. So I think the more you look into it, the less it feels like they took over the club completely, and it's more like Wimbledon didn't want that club to be in Milton Keynes, which is completely fair. Like if Pompey got relocated to, I can't think where it would be, at Fareham, I wouldn't be happy at all. But they didn't really have any other option. So yeah, there's always that point. But yeah, they can't exactly make the away end massive. I think they would have done if they were still in League One, perhaps, because when you got teams like Derby coming down, like I said, Portsmouth, because we're not that far away, to be fair. Who's Wimbledon? Wimbledon's the real Dons. I mean, there's no question about that. It's always going to be Wimbledon. I don't like MK Dons in terms of how I didn't initially like them, but the more I've looked into it, I think they're just another football club. if you take away the fact that Wimbledon now built a new club and they're absolutely fine, that's the real Dons. I say it's really hard because I'm not a Wimbledon fan, so I don't know the complete ins and outs of it all. I'm sure if I spoke to a Wimbledon fan, they'd give me a completely different story of events to if I spoke to an MK Dons fan. But like I say, obviously Wimbledon are the initial Dons, and that team won the FA Cup, but AFC Wimbledon deserved their FA Cup from when they were initially Wimbledon FC. And it's good to see them back at Plough Lane again, because after so many years, it's good to see them back in their home ground. Obviously not as big as it once was, but it's back. It's an all-seater stadium, which I'm not even sure they need it to be anymore down in the lower leagues. I'm not sure they need to have all-seater stadiums, because I've been to a lot of places, but it's terraced. So we're getting safe standing, which is, I've been a massive advocate for safe standing ever since I went to Cardiff away. They have their whole away end is safe standing, which is fantastic. I think that every club should have that. Even Chelsea have got a safe standing, despite making no noise at all. Chelsea have the worst fans in terms of noise in the Premier League, in my opinion. Although I haven't been to Fulham, but the worst ones I've experienced is Chelsea or Tottenham. Tottenham are pretty poor. Obviously, I went there a couple of years ago in the Cup. I know it's the Cup, but they were still horrific. I mean, the worst part is we mainly 19,500. I think that's about it. I mean, people say it's 21,000, but I've never seen it above 19,500. Even when we've had like South Coast derbies and when Arsenal came down, it's only ever been about 19,000, 19,500. To be fair, we sell that out pretty much every week. Obviously, there's a couple of seats going spare, because a lot of the time, if the away fans don't bring the full away end down, they'll release it to the home fans and sell and just won't sell. But the majority of the time it's 19,500, which is pretty good for League One, considering a lot of places that I've been to do about 7. That's weird. I mean, I've been to went to Chelsea versus Brighton earlier on in the year, and I just didn't feel like there was much noise. But when I went to the Middlesbrough game in the Cup, because like I say, I know people with Chelsea fans, it was much better. So I think it's very hit and miss for them. But I haven't been to Fulham, so I couldn't say with them. But yeah, well, say Villa always got decent fans though. Villa are a good club. I don't know if they're... Well, I think they've obviously had that help by the fact they're now in the Premier League. I mean, you've seen pictures from their stadium a couple of years ago when they were in the Championship, and it doesn't look anything like what it does now. But yeah, did you not go in the Cup a few years ago to Stamford Bridge? I seem to remember you playing someone like that. See, that's the only thing about being in the Championship that I'd quite like, is that you're guaranteed to have a chance of being against the Premier League club every year, at least in the FA Cup. Because for us this year, we didn't even get a chance at it. We got knocked out in the first round, to be fair, to a better side than us on the day in Chesterfield. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does make me laugh though when I look at Man United and Chelsea, who said, they've got the worst fans, they've got the worst owners in football. Yeah, home versus Chelsea. I thought you played Chelsea at some point. But, yeah, no, like I say, it does make me laugh when Man United fans and Chelsea fans start crying about their owners when, you know, there's a lot of clubs that are much worse off than them. You only have to look down at, like, you say, Reading Derby, us, Southend, Oldham, Scunthorpe. There's a lot of clubs that obviously Bury's the most obvious one, Bolton. There's a lot of clubs worse off than them, and they just spend all day crying about it, as if the Glazers are the ones not marking. Was it Philip Billing at the back post? I was like, come on, mate. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what happens with Man United next season. Part of me wants them just to not go down, but just be really rubbish again. But it's got to the point now where I think it's a club issue. I mean, I just say Marcus Rashford, what he done the other day was really poor. I think I've just kind of thought done better now. Did they? I don't think they ever. Did they lose their stadium? I know they were very close to losing their stadium. I don't know if they did lose their stadium though. Because I remember they had plans it was going to be their last season at their ground, but I don't know if they changed it. Yeah. So everyone likes to see a bit of Man United just doing rubbish. Same with Chelsea. Any big club that does terrible all of a sudden, it's just so great to see. I say no association to Villa, but I'd much rather see them do really well than a Man United. Because half their fans are just there because it's Man United. They're not even there because they actually care about the club or anything like that. I saw a video the other day on the internet, and I know I'm just picking an example here, but I saw a video of it, and I can't get out of my head, where there was this woman who was at the football, and she was taking a video up the stairs, and I think it was in the cup against Newcastle. Newcastle just score, and she's still filming up the stairs. It's like, your team's just conceded to like 3-0 down, and you literally have no care in the world. And you can see like the people around getting wound up and all that. And that's the sort of thing that I feel bad for, is like actual fans who can't afford to go anymore because either they've become, well, they can't afford because the tickets are so expensive now, and you get fans like that coming down. It does kill the atmosphere. But I have been told that Old Trafford has got a decent atmosphere to it. Yeah, that video is shocking. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. So it sums up modern football really in the Premier League, and it's why I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, obviously I watch it every Sunday because there's no other football to watch, but I'm much more of a fan of EFL football. Yes, I will change my tune if Pompey end up being in the Premier League, because I'll support them wherever. But yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, 100. Those pre-season tours are the worst thing, in my opinion, because they do all these pre-season tours, and then they complain about how they haven't got time to rest their players or whatever, and how that's why they all have bad starts. But it's like, you chose to go out there and play those matches in front of fake fans. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're into Chelsea, at least pretend to support Chelsea. That's all I care about. If you pretend to support that club, that's fine. But you can't, like I say, you can't like you can't really be neutral in the Chelsea end. You can be neutral in terms of you don't want to ruin your day if the other team loses, but you have to kind of want Chelsea to win if you're in a Chelsea end, for example. But yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I've heard stories that people have changed shirts at half time depending on who was winning. I thought that's poor, but in place like that, they're not bothered. They're not bothered. Which is why it's a shame. I mean, I'm glad that the English football hasn't done this yet, but you see places like Spain having their Super Cup finals in like Saudi, and it's like it's a cup final where fans would want to go to it. Because it's not like the Charity Shield out there. It's more like the Carabao Cup for them, like the Super Cup final. So having that. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. Like I say, and obviously, if they're not making it a big deal, I'm not that bothered. But if it's obvious, then yeah, like I say, it would wind you up. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. But I can't remember what I was going to say now. I've lost all brain power. Oh yeah, the Super Cups in Saudi, which has winded me up recently. You can't have like the Carabao Cup final you can't have a cup final not in the country that the cup final is for. Just don't understand that. Yeah, and the Saudi fans don't care about the football. They're just there to watch their favourite players. I just think it ruins the game for them because, I mean, like if let's say Real Betis gets to a Super Cup final, that'll be their biggest game for a few years. And yet they've had that ripped away because it's in Saudi Arabia and no Spanish fan can go out to Saudi. I think if the Premier League ever does that, that'll be the final straw for English fans. But luckily, we've had all that staying in England, which is good to see. So I wouldn't be like that. Yeah, I think you're right. It could cause a bit of trouble, but like I say, as long as most of them just sit there and be quiet, I don't think there'll be much of an issue. They'll probably look out for it, and they'll try and squeeze as many of them in there. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Have you seen some of the pictures of the stands out there in Saudi, the grounds? It's like you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane playing in front of 650 people. I mean, Jordan Henderson was the funniest one for me. Obviously, he never got paid to go out there, but it's like you went out there to grow the game, and it's like you're playing in front of 400 people, mate. You're playing in front of less people than Bury FC play in front of in like the southern counties or the northern counties, whatever it is, league. It's like, come on, you're not going out there to grow the game, are you? You're going out there to get paid, which you never did. Which I think, obviously he should get his money for going out there, but I think it's quite ironic. And the same with Ronaldo trying to claim that it's bigger than the MLS. I mean, both of them are retirement leagues, and the fact that we're debating which one's a bigger league just is just terrible. I think you just both go, they've had great careers, both of them, Messi and Ronaldo, and obviously they've moved on, and they're just getting a bit of a paycheck at the end of their career, which is completely fine. But I think in terms of the better talents in the Saudi league, but the better league is, I'd still say, is the MLS in terms of football, in terms of fans even. But I think, although I just say that we do complain about our ticket prices. Yeah, I know. It does say a lot considering how much he was getting paid out there. Well, supposedly getting paid out there, and I'm assuming if he did see out his contract, he would have got paid the full amount. Yeah, I watched a few games, and obviously the MLS, they charge ridiculously high prices for Messi's matches, but that's what is actually growing the game out there. Messi is actually growing the game in America, whereas Ronaldo's just not growing the game in Saudi. Hello, it could be 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday here. No, goes wide, just about. Good chance though, early on in the second half. I haven't even started the time. I hope there's 2 minutes of added time and it looks good. But yeah, I don't hate the MLS. I'm quite a big fan of it, to be honest. In terms of the fact that every game I watch of it, the crowds seem to be there. What was my thoughts on Thogden? Oh, I think what he's done out there in that Asia Cup is shocking, by the way. I just think that is so bad. He's gone out there and he's like, I think the worst part was he's taken some Instagram comment from someone from Jordan or whatever, probably his mate knowing him, but he's then gone and tried to justify. I don't. If he just went out there and was completely went, I'm only doing this because I'm getting paid a load of money. I'd be like, do you know what? Fair enough. You can't hate the bloke for trying to get a bit of money. At the end of the day, it's his life. He needs to. I mean, if it all went tomorrow, he's got enough money to support himself. Fair enough. But don't try and say that you're doing it out there to try and, I don't know. I've no idea what his excuses were for. I'll have to find it at some point. But he went out there, he tried to claim that he was doing it for some other reason other than the fact he was getting paid. So we know you're getting paid a lot of money to be out there, and that's fine. But just be a bit honest about it. That's what I don't like. Like you say, it's a bit disingenuous going out there. Same with the World Cup in terms of leaving games early. It's like, we get it, you're getting paid to go to every game in the World Cup. And again, that's absolutely fine, but just be a bit more upfront about it. That's the only thing I'd have for him. Like you say, the fact, also the forced limbs, I just find them funny. People get wound up about the forced limbs, I just find it fun. I just laugh at it and go, no one else cares, mate. You're the only one in the ground caring. But yeah. If he just stuck with the Bolton stuff, that's fine. You know what I mean? You're supporting your club. And even if, like Fusion Josh, he does a similar style of content to Thogden, but he's a lot more bearable in terms of he goes to just English football matches or Italian football matches, has a good time, films his time there, and that's fine. I quite enjoy his videos, and same with away days. I enjoy that style video. Smith is another good one. Like I say, they're decent videos in terms of they're the same as any other football vlogger, which is absolutely fine. But the issue is when it comes down to like the doing these things in Qatar and stuff like that, and then not being like, listen, I get it. I say it's a really tough situation for him to be in, to be fair to him, because I'm assuming he can't go out there and say, I'm only here for the money, the football's rubbish, because that's not what he's been paid to say. But I say it's very much like a similar situation to Jordan Henderson, where it's like everyone knows he's out there for the money, but he can't say he's out there for the money. But yeah, like I say, I've got no issue with their football, with looking at the football. In fact, I would do it myself at some point, but I wouldn't do it. I would never. Do you know what? Thing is, I say that about Bolton, but I'd never do it at my own club. Yeah, no, 100%. That's it. Yeah, yeah. He's still a Bolton fan, but it's the same as any job. I know. I get that. It's the same with Fusion Josh. I don't know if he supports Cambridge or not, but he does a lot of Cambridge videos. But at the end of the day, his bigger videos when he goes to like the Lazio matches. And like I said, at the end of the day, your job as a YouTuber is to get views, and he's getting more views by going to the Champions League final, which is why that's how I would never mention him going corporate to Champions League or whatever he goes, because again, he's given the opportunity to. He's being paid to be out there, and he's watching football, filming it, and he's, like I say, it's what his job is. That's why I said, like, at the end of the day, you never know when it's when he's, he could disappear off the face of YouTube tomorrow, and while he's in this very fortunate situation, he's got to try and make as much money from it as possible. Yeah, but again, yeah, he doesn't. Actually, he does supports Brighton, which, yeah, I mean, it's the same. I say you could say this. I don't think he goes to as many matches he'd probably like to. The same with Thogden, in terms of he'd probably like to go to more Bolton matches. But like you said before, if it's gonna make more views going to a few games, well, yeah, he clearly has a soft spot for Hull. He came to Portsmouth the other day for the Bolton match, which I enjoy watching it when people come down to Portsmouth who aren't Pompey fans, because I mean I think we have a very overrated fan base. To be fair, in terms of our home fan base, I think it's very overrated. I think people have taken what was from a few years ago and apply it to now. I think our away support is one of the best in the league, but I don't think our home support is up there. In terms of numbers, it's still very much up there, but in terms of atmosphere, it isn't quite as good as it used to be. And I think a lot of people still pretend it's better than it is. So in the big games, it tends to be a bit better. But I remember going to Fleetwood the other day, and I just thought it's just a bit dead. But yeah, no, like I say, Fusion Josh and all them. Yeah, like I say. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say we've got the noisiest fans. But yeah, Birmingham have not been great at all. I mean, this is a massive game for Birmingham. So I forget I'm doing a watch on this game. But yeah, Birmingham, they've not looked the same side as they have done in the last few weeks. They've been, they've been quite good since Raymery left. Oh, they're 2-0 down now. I'm assuming you've seen that just before me. But yeah, Birmingham are 2-0 down. Is that the same goal scorer again? 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. That is ridiculous. Fair enough. I mean, this is a huge 3 points for Sheffield Wednesday. And again, like I say, their fans, I thought would be better than what they have been. Not in terms of noise. Atmosphere is always good at Hillsborough, but numbers haven't been great tonight. Because I thought they were always going to be a team that sold out their ground every week. I mean, it's pretty much sold out in League One. I do think league performance does have an impact on that. Because, I mean, the pricing of tickets is outrageous considering what they are. Didn't want to spoil it. Fair enough. Yeah, no, so Sky Go does take a bit of a while to update. But yeah, no, that is... What does that do for the league table? Because that's surely got to have a massive impact on things. Oh yeah, you got a game in hand on Coventry, to be fair. 3 points behind West Brom. Oh, Ipswich are now out of the automatic spots. 2 points off Southampton, but yeah, no, that is... Well, I'm not really surprised once they've been really poor. Birmingham is still alright, and Sheffield Wednesday is still very much in the relegation zone. So not a lot, to be fair. £50 a game? £50 for Championship football at the bottom of the league? That is outrageous. Oh, fair enough. I get why fans aren't coming. I thought it was like £40 or £35 or £50 is outrageous. Oh, right, okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, that'd be a very tough game. I hope I'll win though, for obvious reasons. But that's how I can't believe £50 a game. Yeah, I mean like I'd expect I don't know. £50 isn't enough for it to be hospitality, but it's too much for just a regular old seat. So I'd be interested. All right, that's why they're waving their yellow banners around then, which is fair enough. But I often think with Wednesday, they were very much pro their owners last season. Remember them making quite a bit of noise about how good their owners was last year. And obviously, I mean, I get that this year things have changed in terms of they're charging ridiculous amounts of money for a ticket, and they obviously haven't delivered on the pitch. But yeah, so it does go to show that. But hello. Oh, Birmingham nearly scored there. But yeah, no, it does go to show you what a lot can happen in a short space of time. Our fans are very much. I don't know why our fans hate our owners so much, but our owners are very good in my opinion. They've done a lot for the club. I mean, they've revamped the. I don't. Sheffield Wednesday go down. It don't bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I mean, I guess you might not be a Championship fan next season, but if you are a Championship fan and one who goes to away games as well, I think a lot of people want to see the back of them. Considering, like you say, you got to get a mortgage out to just go to a game. But yeah, no, a lot of our fan base are against our owners for no reason whatsoever. But obviously, these lot do have a genuine reason. I think obviously they lost their manager over the summer, Darren Moore. He went after the playoff final, or probably because he could see this coming. To be fair to him. I mean, the amount of money they're charging, you'd expect them to at least put some of it towards the on-field team. But like I said, the money in football nowadays is ridiculous, and I'm assuming what they're doing. Portsmouth and Plymouth, no, that's all right. Plymouth's the ones that are better than us at the minute, which is unfortunate. And there's always this trying like. I don't know if it's them forcing a rivalry or it's just a forced rivalry. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Plymouth hate us for no reason. I don't. As I say, they try and pretend it's like a dockyard derby or something, but I really couldn't care less about Plymouth. It's the same way, like, the only thing that Portsmouth and Southampton fans agree on is we don't care about Brighton and Bournemouth. It's like they try and force. Like, Bournemouth are the worst for this, trying to force a rivalry with Southampton because no one actually cares about Bournemouth. Like, no one hates them. They just want someone to have a rivalry with. Obviously, Brighton got Crystal Palace in the world's weirdest derby. Like, what? Who decided that Crystal Palace and Brighton were going to hate each other? But yeah, no. Obviously, it's one game I would like to go to at some point. Would be Plymouth Exeter derby. But then again, like with everything, don't want to take a ticket away from an actual fan. Because obviously I really used to have family living down in Exeter, so I was thinking about going to a game. I did go down there this season for Portsmouth. Actually, that was a pretty boring game. Was it Friday night? It was an evening kickoff, but I did Plymouth last year. We lost 3-1, which was again another day that was quick to forget. That was a huge game for us as well. Yeah, no one cares about Bournemouth. Yeah, I think I do. But do all the Yorkshire clubs not have a little bit of a dislike to each other? In the same way that a lot of like the Midlands clubs don't like each other, do they? There's always some weird rivalry going on there. I mean, I know that Wolves, West Brom are the main ones, and so are Birmingham, Aston Villa, but normally they don't like each other. There's always some sort of tension in those matches. In the same way, even in Plymouth versus Portsmouth, there's some tension, but it's not like it's going to get out of hand. Hello, Birmingham have a chance here. Birmingham have been really disappointing today. Haven't really looked like threatening at all after those first 15 minutes. Yeah. Like I say, Sheffield Wednesday, obviously they've got Sheffield United who have a massive rivalry with them, and Leeds have Manchester United, which is their big. Is that a big rivalry? I think that's Leeds' main rivalry is Man United, isn't it? They obviously got like the Yorkshire Lancashire rivalry, but that's bigger in cricket, isn't it, than football? Um, so obviously I don't know what it's like, but is it nice not having a rival? Or would you rather have someone like who you really like don't want to see do well? Because well, yeah, because I guess like even for me, do Brighton force right? Yes, I mean no, Brighton don't really force it. It's they're more. I think they're more Southampton as well, to be honest. Even though we're technically closer, and also historically we've always been the bigger club. Obviously nowadays Brighton are much better than us, and I like to see Brighton do well. But because like I say, I think they're a really well run club. But I don't think they. I think they're more with Southampton, to be fair, than with us, because obviously they were in the Premier League together for quite a while. I think it's more Southampton. Everyone just likes to hate Southampton, which I can get on board with. But I think, like I say, Southampton fans will also agree that the only real rivalry is us. But yeah, is that a foul? I say the referee's been quite good today. Normally I'd be a bit irritated with the referee, but mainly because I haven't watched the team. Yeah, I get that. I mean, obviously, I guess one-sided rivalries feel a bit rubbish in terms of if they're giving it back as well, it'd be quite good. Or if neither of you thought it was a rivalry, it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, no, I get that. You almost need a big club to pop up around you lot. I think. Well, see, the last time I've only ever been to one derby, and we won't talk about it. It was terrible. Um, but I think the reason it's so good is in terms of it doesn't happen very often. I mean, as I say, over the years, as we've gone down, they've gone up, and as they've gone down, we've gone up. So we've sort of passed each other on the way. Obviously, there's been some memorable moments in it. But yeah, I say one time I went, the atmosphere was really good, even when we were losing like 4-0. It was still a good atmosphere in the ground. Um, but yeah, I haven't, like I say, I've never been to another rivalry, so I couldn't tell you from experience, but I'm not sure how good atmospheres are at other rivalries, other derbies. So I'm sure they're decent, but like I say, like the Premier League ones, they not get a bit bored in terms of they play each other like 3 times a year. It's like Man City Liverpool is the weirdest rivalry, non-rivalry going. I get it's not like a historic derby or a local derby or anything like that, but you just assume like when Man United and Arsenal used to play each other, that was like a proper derby day where both teams would hate to win. Oh yeah, obviously, I say it's pretty rubbish for us at the minute, considering with Southampton go back up to the Premier League, it becomes unbearable. That's why I want Southampton to stay down, because playing them not necessarily on completely even terms, but on more even terms than it's been for a while, would be really good for us. You know, having a day out against Southampton, and I'm sure that I'd go to every away game to try and get a ticket in the Southampton end for that one. Not Southampton end, sorry, the Portsmouth event at Southampton for that one. But yeah, no, I'd love to see it again. Obviously, I'm not sure how familiar anyone else is with that, but the last time we played Southampton in the Championship was when David Norris scored like the 90 something minute, and yeah, it was a fantastic goal. Obviously, too young to remember it, but from what I've been told, it was like the best moment in a Pompey fan's life, and from vice versa from a Southampton's point of view, like, there's a fantastic video on YouTube. What's my thought? The Swansea Cardiff rivalry. Well, I'm sure. I say this is the South Wales derby, isn't it? From what I've seen, it's pretty good to be fair, but I'm not too good. What was the last time we won? I'm not gonna lie, it was quite a while ago. I think it was 2010 the last time we beat Southampton. I think it was the cup. We smashed them at their place, but yeah, I think it was 2010 the last time we beat them. But we've only played each other 3 times since then, and 2 of them were draws, and the last one we lost, obviously. You know, going back to the Swansea Cardiff one, that looked really good this season. Was it Aaron Ramsey who scored that penalty in that game? That looked really, really good, and I think it's the only game that Cardiff sell out all season, to be fair. So I went there went there for the cup, obviously, but they were never going to sell out the cup in the first round. But nice stadium, and it's Wales's national team, which is weird. Yeah, I find those stats really hard though, because you can only, like with Sunderland, obviously when they went down, they never played Newcastle, and getting them in the cup was the only way they could. And with League One clubs, you don't tend to last all in the cup. Swansea done. Oh, I must be a good day to be a Cardiff fan, but hard for Cardiff over the last few years. Was it? I think I saw it was like a really late winner a couple of years ago. Was it? No, not a couple of years ago, like last year, where Swansea beat Cardiff at Cardiff, and it looked like that was, in terms of limbs at a match, that looked pretty good, to be fair. I say that a lot. I need to stop saying that. I say, to be fair, every 5 minutes. No, not a lot's happened in this game. Oh, that was a terrible pass. Yeah, I saw that. And I thought, if you want to be in an away end, that would be the one to be in. I mean, that would be class. 99th minute winner away at your rivals. I mean, yeah, that'd be class. Well, obviously, I don't really have an opinion on either of them. Cardiff, we had that famous FA Cup win against in 2008. But like I said, I've not really got an opinion on either of the South Wales clubs. The only one I haven't been to is Swansea. I've been to Newport and I've been to Cardiff, but I haven't been to Swansea. So yeah, I haven't really got an opinion on either of them. The only reason I wouldn't like Swansea is because they potentially ruined our chances of getting Jamal Lowe back. But whether that was any truth in that, I'm not too sure, because he might not have come to a League One club anyway. But yeah, I had a good day out in Cardiff on that day, because it was like really hot. So yeah, beat Cardiff 5 in a row. Surely you'd like Cardiff then, because it's an easy win. I'd love to go into a game going, yeah, we always beat these. It's like when Charlton come to us, we can never beat Charlton. I don't think I've ever watched Pompey beat Charlton at Fratton Park. So who's my of all time? Well, my all time isn't very long. My favourite. Well, I mean, I'd probably go with Jamal Lowe, because in my lifetime, from what I can remember, he's the best player I've seen. I always have a soft spot for Brett Pitman. Yeah. But like I say, I know my least favourite one, Viv Solomon Ossabor. He is my least favourite Portsmouth player ever. He cost us promotion 2 years ago. He went through on goal. I think was it him? It was him and Brett Pitman that went through on goal against Peterborough in the last minute of the game. Where if we won that game, we'd have been pretty much odds on for promotion. And one of them squared it to the other one. They were offside, and we ended up losing the game 3-2 in the end. Yeah. Not Harry Maguire. He's a classic Hull player. Andy Robertson. See, Hull have had some decent players in the past. Harry Maguire, Andy Robertson, Jared Bowen. So, yeah, he's had some. If you kept hold of your squad, you'd have had a decent team. Well, you've got a good team now, but like a decent Premier League team. Last in the Championship. Oh, it was quite a while ago. We've been in League One for 7 years. Then we were in League Two for 6 years, I think. Then we were in. It's been. So that's already 13 years. Then we got. How many? 15 years ago was the last time we were in the Championship, I think. Doesn't feel that long ago, but yeah, it's quite. I think I watched us for one season in the Championship, and I've been going a while now. Never actually watched us lose in the Championship, despite us going down that year. Yeah, which is a weird one. No, we yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, we aren't the most relevant club going. Yeah, no, we've missed out narrowly a couple of times. Missed out. Was it 3 seasons ago we missed out? Well, that was that year when we were fighting you for a little bit when you were in League One not too long ago. I remember when we beat you. I think was it during COVID? We beat you at your place to go top of the league, and then at Christmas, and then we end up throwing it all away again, which is why I'm terrified at the minute because it's like the second time we've done it. But when were you in League One? Because it wasn't that long ago, was it? Yeah, I'll double check that. It's not me just making stuff up. I don't think. That would have been a decent game to go to. But I don't know if I went to the reverse game. That's when I would have watched Hull as well. Yeah, as it stands, Sheffield Wednesday are 5 points off Huddersfield. 2021, yeah, that because you weren't in it for long. I think were you just in it for the league, but for that season. Yeah, I think we beat you at your place and then decided we just forgot how to play football. And was that the year that Sunderland went up? Or was that the year that Sunderland lost? I'll get this up now. But 2020-21 season, we were definitely top of the league at some point. I think it was at Christmas. We were top of the league. Yeah. I'll have a little look at this now. That was the year where we had. We would have had Jamal Lowe that year, I think. Yeah, this was the year we were top of the league at Christmas, and then we forgot to play football. Yeah, I remember this season. Now we ended up missing the playoffs on the final day against Accrington Stanley. I think lost 1-0 or something. And yeah, that was. But we won at your place, and then yeah. Oh, 100%. It's very. I mean, you've seen a lot of teams, Sunderland, Barnsley, Derby. Obviously, Wigan and Reading circumstances are different, but yeah, a lot of teams come down here and stay here for a few years. So to get back up straight away is very impressive in my opinion. Wycombe more recently, and Peterborough. Obviously, spending years in League One, is still down here. Barnsley. Like I say, there's a load of teams that come down and stay down for a few years. So it's very impressive to go back up straight away. Yeah, we missed out. Yeah, missed out on the final day. We were in the top 6 up until the final day, and then we lost to Accrington Stanley. That must have been literally the only time we lost to Sunderland at our place as well that year. Oh yeah, that was fantastic though. That was a great game to watch last season to Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, watching Peterborough lose that game. I think their goalkeeper at the time is our goalkeeper now. Just slightly concerned if we do end up in the playoffs. Would rather have Matt Mason in goal than someone who conceded, 6 goals he conceded on the night? Was it 5? Yeah, it was 5 and then they lost on penalties. That was an outrageous playoff run by Sheffield Wednesday. 4-0 down in the first leg. Yeah. There's like the biggest. I don't think that will be beaten for a while either. Coming back from 4 goals down in the playoffs. And then they went and equalised at the 99th minute. Then they went a goal down again. Then they equalised in extra time, won on penalties, and scored a winner at Wembley in the 123rd minute. And yeah, VAR had a bit of a role to play in that game as well, didn't it? Cost him. But that red card was outrageous as well. Barnsley red card. I remember watching that thinking they have been robbed here. But yeah, not too long now left to go. 15 minutes left in this game. And it looks like Sheffield Wednesday will win it. Who's playing tomorrow? Well, obviously everyone's playing tomorrow. How are Notts County getting on? Notts County Gillingham's been a fantastic game. Couldn't get it to work earlier. Got the old iFollow and didn't work, so that's fantastic. Oh wow, that's yeah. mirrors his mirror the goal. The Windass family have got a bit of a tradition of scoring at Wembley then, by the looks of things. Josh Windass was a class player for them though. Ollie Hawkins scored for Gillingham tonight. Obviously ex-Pompey player, none of you, I'm not sure anyone would know that, but yeah, he used to play for Pompey up front, and then he went to Mansfield, played at the back, and now he's back at Gillingham, and not back at him, now he's at Gillingham playing back up front. But he used to get fouled in the box every game, and get taken down in the box every game. The referee would never give it until like one day against Sunderland, where the referee gave it. But yeah, so I think Pompey are one of the only clubs to have played like 10 games in the playoffs and never win a game. We've never won a game in the playoffs, which is why if we do get in the playoffs this season, I've already said we're not going to get promoted. Because we're just so poor in the playoffs. So I'm probably going to do a watch along that tomorrow, Pompey. But you've got yeah. So Sheffield Wednesday bring on 3 subs just to freshen things up off the bench. Not too long left to go, and just trying to see this game out. And Birmingham have made a substitution. Not sure how much that's going to do or how much that is just trying to bring some fresh legs on to make a change, to make a difference. Well, not make a difference, but to just try and see this game out and keep it respectable. Been in the playoffs twice and won both times. See, my ideal promotion would be winning the playoffs, because I just don't think you can recreate like winning at Wembley to get promotion. But we just never can do it. So I'd much rather us just win promotion, either come in second or whatever. So it's like, if I could have the option to either win the league or be guaranteed to win promotion via the plus, I'll pick the plus every time. Because I just think recreating that day is nothing like it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'd love to go to Wembley and win the playoffs. Obviously, went to the EFL Trophy final not too long ago, but it's got a bit of a different feel to it than winning the playoff final. Remember that year Sunderland lost twice at Wembley. Well, yeah, winning every game of the season, never have a bad day out. And yeah, like I say, winning the league was good. When we went on the final day to get promoted from League Two, that was class, because we were third going into the final day, complete outsiders, and won the league. That was quite good. But yeah, no, playoffs is awful. Thing is, it's nerve-wracking until you just accept the fact you're going to lose. Then it's kind of okay. I mean, we've lost on penalties. We've lost 1-0, and we battered Sunderland that year at our place. We battered them. They went down to 10 men at their place, 1-1-0 anyway. Then they came to our place. We hammered them all game. Couldn't put the ball in net, lost 1-0. Then I think 2 years after that, we drew 1-0 at our place against Oxford. Then we were 1-0 up. Then they scored from a corner, which was fantastic. And then they won on penalties. And our player who missed the penalty just went back off his loan. Who was it? Was it one of your players? I don't know if he came from Hull. Yeah, you say that, but we probably won't. We'll probably end up bottling it somehow. We had a bit of a shaky spell around Christmas, which is why we aren't as far ahead as we probably should be. But we managed to recover a little bit. Obviously, we went down to 10 men. We were 2-0 up, but we went down to 10 men against Northampton and still won 4-1 in the end. Callum Lang looks unbelievable as well. I'm surprised that no one in the Championship took a punt on him. It's like with Colby Bishop. I mean, I'd take £1 million for Colby Bishop. He's meant to be our best striker, but I'm not convinced by him at the minute. Come on then, a goal for Birmingham here. We're not the next 5 minutes would be class, just to set things up nicely and just have two teams just going at each other for the next 5 minutes. But it's not looking that way. It's looking like it's looking like Sheffield Wednesday will just win this game, take 3 points, and move on to the next game. And yeah, is that Sheffield Wednesday throwing? How's he given a foul for that? Like I say, Birmingham went wrong. I think they did it a few years ago as well when they sacked. Who did they sack? I knew it, but I can't remember. And whenever they bought Wayne Rooney, and that's where they went wrong. I mean, that was the world's worst appointment, in my opinion. Bringing in Wayne Rooney when you're in such a good position. So I don't even think Leicester would have sacked their manager. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. I'll have a look, mate. How do I do it? I don't know, mate. Bear with me. I'll have a look at. I'll have a look at this. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Oh yeah, Ozan Tufan. Done well for you, to be fair, Ozan Tufan. See, I was gonna do match day vlogs, and let me know if this is wrong. But how do you do it? Is it awkward at all in the ground, or do people just sort of accept it? I wouldn't do it at Portsmouth necessarily because I just think the people around would get a little bit wound up by it. But like for the cup final or something like that, I'd think about doing it for like the Carabao Cup final. But is it awkward or is it fine if you just do you let people know beforehand what you're doing, or do you just turn up and do it? I will subscribe as well, man. Don't worry. I'll make sure to give you. I'll turn a notification on. I will make sure I watch your videos. But yeah. That's it. So it'd be interesting to know if anyone says anything, or do they just sort of accept what you're doing? Because I went to the semi-final for the EFL Cup and was gonna do it then, but I just thought I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Ended up making some rubbish YouTube short thing that just did nothing. Yeah, I know, I get that. Yeah, I say 100%. No, cool. Yeah, like I say, you're not doing anything wrong, and loads of people do it. It's just whether people moan about it. I think it's really good. It's a good attitude to have though, going into it. Like, definitely, I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, and if you care, then that's on you. Yeah. So I would I wouldn't do it for my club because also there's a load of Pompey ones that do it anyway. It's like I just sort of be jumping on the bandwagon. But no, definitely for like the cup final or something like that, I'd do it. And also Chelsea fans aren't going to be that bothered, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you vlog the pitch then, or that's? Yeah, no. I mean, I don't really see the issue in vlogging the pitch at a lower level. I mean, a lot of lower league ones do. Like if you look at Cod's vlogs, he does it for Fleetwood, and to be fair, 4-0 written all over it for Portsmouth. They all vlog the pitch. Do you vlog like do you just do the first 15 to 20 minutes? Yeah, the goals. Yeah, fair. Like I say, yeah. I don't know if you'd be able to do it for the Carabao Cup though, because I think Sky Sports just take it out straight away. They just be like, no, not doing it. I mean, they try like the Premier League try to stop, like, get rid of the Sidemen's charity match stream because they were playing at the West Ham Stadium. So, like I said, the Premier League is so hot on things like that they just don't let you do it. About 5 minutes left of this one. But yeah, no, so I was gonna. Fair enough. Right, so yeah. I guess it would be. I guess it would be hard for them to notice, wouldn't it? Be hard for them to notice if who's doing it as well. Especially if you're just doing it on like your phone or something. They've got no idea what you're doing with it. If you're just filming the game, then they aren't gonna know, are they? So I mean, I saw people at Chelsea were just filming on FaceTime to people. I often think with stewards, they don't care. They don't care enough really to go through all that hassle. They just see it and they go, he's just doing it. Let him crack on with it, which is fair. That's the thing about Pompey. Apparently, they're quite hot on things like that. If you see Smith's video when he came down to watch us, apparently he lasts about 70 minutes and they went and got rid of it. Yeah, I guess away because you're not with the same people every week, so people were just like seeing you doing it. Might think, yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, you're doing it every home game, so people around you sort of get used to it, which is fine. Yeah, I'm assuming you're in a bit where there's like quite a few season ticket holders, whereas like I say, away games can be slightly more awkward, which is yeah. Okay, so if people around you get used to it after a while, won't they? But yeah, 4.5 minutes to go left in this one, and Sheffield Wednesday looks to be strolling through to 3 points. Yeah, so. Oh, it's just how is the referee letting this game go? I'm right next to you. Yeah, yeah, then that'd be quite good because you can show both sides of it if you're right next to the away section. I don't know where I'm sitting for the cup final, but if I'm right next to like Liverpool fans, it'd be quite good. But yeah, no. Like I say, do you record the audio while you're there, or do you do it afterwards? Be interesting to know. Just because I don't know. I say talking might be a bit awkward, like because filming stuff, people film stuff all the time, but do you talk while you're at the match? Like, do you commentate on them? I'll have a watch afterwards, but just wondering how that works, stuff like that. So not long left to go in this one. So like, do you talk in the vlogs? Like, do you like? So how do I explain this? So are you doing like voiceovers afterwards, or are you doing them while you're at the match? Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Yeah. I mean, actually, that wouldn't. Quite a bit. Yeah, that's fine. I might do that then, just for the EFL Cup game. Then film the atmosphere, do a little bit of talking before, a bit afterwards, and yeah. Like I say, this game is petering out. Not a lot's happening. Birmingham just look very frustrated. Sheffield Wednesday have been very solid defensively, capitalising their chances and won the game. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people record like when people are singing songs and stuff like that, and like I said, that's quite a good bit to add because people get the chance to see what it's like at a football game, which is realistically that's all it is, isn't it? Backstage vlog is just giving people a chance to either watch back when they were at the game and gives them like similar things to why you watch them back, stuff like that. They do. Like most fans get triggered by a lot of things. I mean, I don't. I say if someone says Pompey are crap, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Because at the end of the day, we've all said. I mean, I say it most weeks, but I don't know. I just feel like people would people would be like, I don't know, because you get, you know how old people are when it comes to like going to the football. They're very much like traditional. Well, I'm here to watch the football. I'm here to say what I like, do what I like, and no one's going to stop me. When you bring out a camera, people feel like they have to like not say what they want to say, and people, I don't know, people can get a bit funny about it. That's my only thing. I just don't want people to get irritated about it and stuff like that. Like I say, I personally think it's like good to do, and I think it's interesting from a viewer's perspective. I watch a lot of them. It doesn't even have to be my own team or anything. I watch most of them, but yeah, I find it like a lot of older fans get quite frustrated with it all. It's the only thing. If I did it more, I think I'd find it less and less awkward, to be honest. But I haven't done one before, so I don't know how you were to start with it. Yeah, like I say, from like anyone under a certain age perspective, it's fine, and they're not gonna bat an eyelid. But like you say, you get the older traditional fans that will be like, put your phone away and stuff like that, which I get from there. Yeah, and like I say, for a large percentage of a younger fan base, they would enjoy it. But again, like I say, the older fans aren't just don't have that way of thinking. They just don't understand it. I think that's all it is really, just a level of understanding that they won't have. They don't understand what you're doing with it or why you're doing it. Like I say, for the majority of the people, they're not going to be bothered. But there's that certain group of people. If you're in a certain part of the ground, and you can sort of gauge your demographic where you are, they'll get a little bit more funny with it. Like I say, I'd be surprised if a lot of people like, oh hello, oh decent it. If certain people weren't like, oh, can I be in the video and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I say, they probably wouldn't be doing it as much because, like I said, it feel a bit. You feel like a little bit of an idiot if you were doing that. And I'm sure people around, if someone did try and do it, people would be like, mate, get a grip. And obviously, as you get older and you're doing it more and more, it will get to the point where people just know you and do that's what you do, and they just don't. They're not gonna be that bothered about it. And I think that's why it's good to start it from a younger age. And I wish I'd done it from younger, but yeah, no, it's definitely good to do. Do you ever think like when you do your whole stuff? Do you ever think like what would you like predict like for growth wise? I mean, because obviously you've got a fair few, like you're on a very like decent level. Um, but do you ever think like where does it grow from there, or you just like growing every day and it's perfectly fine? You're happy with where it is. Yeah, so that'd be interesting to know. Oh, oh right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's class then. Yeah, no. Have you just started this season then? Oh, you done it for a couple of years now. Yeah, yeah, no, that's really good then. Yeah, no, obviously, like you say, your most viewed one's only 5 months ago. Yeah, no, that's yeah, class to be fair. Gaining over 500 in this year, you do clearly doing something right. Like I said, it's only going to grow from there. Yeah, obviously, when you get to the Premier League, it will grow exponentially. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I say yeah. If what does that say? As long as you're growing. Oh right, yeah, no, fair. That makes sense. So you started in 21, 22. didn't do it for 22, 23 and started going again in 23, 24. So it's good growth. I often do see like football channels from shorts. See, I get that. I just don't know what do you do your shorts on, because so I do see a lot of them. I tried doing a few shorts, but I try and do more like talking and stuff like that, which some of them do alright, but don't get many subs from them. You just get a decent amount of views. On some of them, like, I've had ones that get like over a couple of thousand views, and just like 4 subs, and it's just like, and even those subscribers just tend to just fizzle out, and they'll unsubscribe a week later or stuff like that. So it's like, it's good in terms of getting initial subscribers, but it doesn't really help with like keeping subscribers, and also ones that are going to continue to watch. Obviously with you, if you're doing like goals and chants, stuff like that, you're mainly getting like whole fans who will go and watch the videos, which is quite good. And yeah, definitely where that works. But yeah, I definitely seem, like I say, keep doing your thing, man. It's going really well for you. So yeah. Obviously, you must be on your way to getting monetized at some point soon. I'm assuming you can get monetized, can't you? I don't think is there an age limit on it? I wouldn't know if there's an age limit on it. Yeah, no, I will. So I will have a watch after this. Alright, yeah. Oh, fair. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I say, I lose a lot of, like I do it halfway through. Yeah, no, like I say, yeah. I'm assuming a lot of that would have come from that 72k video. A lot of those 5,000 watch hours. But is it 1,000? Okay. Because there's one on there, it's like 500 subs, but I look at it, it's not like proper ad revenue. But it's, yeah, once you start hitting 1,000 subs, you can start doing more as well. You can start upgrading stuff and getting things better. So it's quite good. So that's why I was going to do Premier League stuff, because I thought, you got a bigger audience, but unless you're doing anything different, there's so many Premier League ones out there, which is why a lot of fan channels do really well, because you're targeting a specific audience. Like with yours, you're targeting specifically Hull fans. Obviously, you get a couple of people who watch anyway, but majority of them are Hull fans. So you got a really concentrated demographic. See, I say my better performing ones are always like League One stuff. I don't know if that's that's mainly because I have one video do well in terms of, for me, like my League One table prediction video that did well for me. I mean, to be fair, I can't really complain that much. I only started doing it a month ago, so as I keep going, hopefully they get bigger and bigger, but some of them do better than others. So for a month in, I'm not gonna be complaining too much with how it's going. Yeah, I get, yeah. I've accidentally clicked stop live. Is it still going? Are we still going? Yes. I don't know if I've clicked stop going live or something. Yes, I did just start YouTube a month ago, yeah. If it's... okay, thank God. I thought I clicked stop streaming. Yes, it did just. Yeah, it just started a month ago. So for a month, it's not gone too bad to start with. Yes, I had So yeah, full time at Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday to thingy now. So I'm starting to do it. Starting to try and get somewhere with it. So I've had videos do decent, and I've had some do not so well. I was just trying to learn what works and what doesn't work so well. So I tried to do some watch-alongs for Premier League games, but they just tanked. Like no one was bothering with them. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's going well for a first month, and trying to hit 100 subs before the end of the season. That's the goal, to be honest. 100 subs before the end of the season, I'll take that, and we'll go from there. So I'd love to grow it to a point where I can start getting paid at some point. But yeah, yeah, 100%. And like with these ones, like I say, I get more concurrent viewers, but it's like I say, it's really hard. And especially, I find it harder when it's not my club. Like I said, I do get better ones and more longer retention when it comes to Portsmouth ones, because you get more passionate about it, and it makes for more entertaining ones. But like when I'm doing like neutral ones, like tonight was only because I find my championship audience is just not there at the minute. I was just trying to see if I could do a live to gain some more championship viewers, because my League One viewers, they're coming along slowly. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, you can't complain about it, because, like you say, you're gonna have viewers that just sit around and don't do a lot, which is fine. I get that most streams, to be fair, and you end up just trying to talk about random stuff to yourself, basically, because that's all there is. And that's why a lot of the time I spend a lot of it like commentating on the game, because there's not a lot else to do. But yeah, 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 I appreciate it. So it's giving me something to talk, someone to talk to. But yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's obviously more of an audience there for uh, League One and Championship. Um, but uh, but yeah, I just think I did my Championship. My league table predictions tend to do the best, and I did my Championship one far too early. And you know how, I don't know if you remember, but it takes a couple of videos to get onto the recommended pages, and I did that one before I got onto recommended. So my League One got like 3,000 because that was my first one on recommended, but Championship never hit recommended, so it never got the views that League One did, and also the thumbnail wasn't bright enough, and I had so many issues with it. And yeah, but yeah, like I said, I appreciate it for tonight. If you ever see me live again, feel free to jump back on, mate. Yeah, you found it from searching it. Yeah, but yeah, I'll make sure I'll check out your videos. I say I appreciate. I need to do some filming for what's called the reviews. So yeah, and also I need to throw it